Good morning. Extra Good Citizen, aka the Gadfly, states that. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Awesome. States that the dispute between Pulliam and Chicken Hawk is this section 42.0601 of the Texas Penal Code, false report to induce emergency response. According to Gadfly, if someone causes a report to be made, then you've broken the law. Now, this is a matter of statutory interpretation. I'm going to read the statute and tell you how I think it's supposed to be construed. Obviously, you could disagree with me. In any event, if you're in Texas and you have a concern about it, check with a local Texas attorney. But you can see that there is section A, there's section B, there's section C, and there's section D. Okay, so you have four things that we've got to deal with here. So section D is pretty simple. It just says that it has to be construed in a manner consistent with 47 U.S.C. section 230 or 47 U.S.C. section 230 or 42 U.S.C. section 1983. So that's protecting you against actions under color of law to deprive you of your rights. So it has to be construed in accordance with that. So if you are engaged in a protected right, obviously this can't be used against you. Section C says if conduct constituting an offense under the section also constitutes an offense under another section of this code, the actor may be prosecuted under either or both, which means that your one action can be two crimes, which is kind of weird, but okay. And then section B states what the penalty is. This is saying that you get how much time. So section A is the elements of the crime. So section A is going to be the elements of the crime. And you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. How do you know there are 4 elements? Because it says and here. And we know that one of the elements has to have a mens rea component. Mens rea is Latin. I don't know exactly what it means, but it's something like guilty mind or state of mind or something like that. In order for any law, there has to be a state of mind, and it could be under a lot of different type of language. It could be knowingly, intentionally, willfully, recklessly, negligently. There's a whole bunch of things to do, and knows is a mens rea element. Knows. That's an important word there. That's a crucial word. This is the only mens rea element in the crime. So you know that section 2 has to be in there. But another way that you know that section 2 has to be in there is this and right here. So you see there's a semicolon, 3 has a semicolon, and then an and. Now, if this was an or, it means you'd only have to satisfy one of these 4. But because it's an and, you have to satisfy all 4. These are all 4 elements of the crime. Now, the concern was that if someone just caused a report of a criminal offense to be made to a law enforcement officer, then, so someone else made a report to a law enforcement agency and now I've committed a crime just because they've reported it. No, this says causes. So what that means is, again, because the person causing the report has to know the report is false. If you're not the one actually doing the report, then how would you know the report is being made? Now, the reason why they use cause here instead of calls 911, because you could say hey, to your buddy, hey, call 911. Lassie just told me Timmy fell down the well. If you know that's report, but you are the one who told the person to call 911, then there could be a problem there. It also has to cause an emergency response, and in making the report, the person is reckless with regard to whether the emergency response by a law enforcement agency may result in bodily injury to another person. So really what this is trying to do is it's called swatting. People like to find someone who's streaming online, like streaming video games or something, and call SWAT on them. Say that there's a hostage situation or something like that to try to get SWAT out. And they know the report is false because they're just calling to try to SWAT someone. They've caused a report to be made. They know it's false. And if the report causes a response from the law enforcement agency and the person is acting with reckless indifference, i.e. saying that there's that there is some situation involved that is going to get a hostile and elevated response, then there you go. So just because you're doing something and someone calls the police on you is not a crime. This does not make that a crime. There's no mens rea on your part. There's no intention to act or not act, or recklessness in acting or not acting, or negligence in acting or not acting in such a manner as to have someone call the police on you. This is where you cause someone, or you yourself call the police, and by causing them, like, you direct them to, you are the person who's instructing them to. It could be as simple as like pressing a silent alarm in a bank. That would be cause a call to be made out. If you're a teller and you press that button just to be a jerk, then that could satisfy this particular statute. But it's not just oh, hey, some Karen decided to call the cops on me for no reason whatsoever. That is not a crime. That is still not a crime. But again, check with a local attorney, because I am just an attorney in California, and us Californians, we don't know nothing from nobody. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.